young, beautiful, and talented performers are at this very moment doing everything they can to conquer one of the most savage, cutthroat, and ruthless businesses there is, the music industry. Former friends can turn into enemies with nothing more than a sharp comment, and when relationships between A-list performers turn sour, tabloids and the public certainly take notice. This was the case at one point between Taylor Swift and Katy Perry. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13, 1989 in West Reading, Pennsylvania. She began singing at 9 years old and learned how to play guitar by 12. Her attempts to break into the country music scene took her to Nashville, Tennessee, and eventually, her self-titled album released in 2006 was the beginning of her music empire. Catherine Elizabeth Hudson was born to a very religious family in California in 1984. She grew up listening to gospel music and also started performing at the age of 9. Katy learned how to play the guitar and write songs before recording her first gospel album called Katy Hudson in 2001. While both Katy and Taylor worked hard, it can be argued that Katy had more setbacks than Taylor at first, as her album came out to mixed reviews. Her breakthrough happened in 2007 when she signed with Capitol Records and made the smash hit album One of the Boys. Her hit single, I Kissed a Girl, reached #1 on the charts. Both women would go on to become global superstars. Originally, Katy and Taylor were very supportive of each other. In 2009, they were complimenting each other on Twitter. Katy went to Taylor's birthday party, and they were both on stage together to perform Perry's song Hot and Cold in 2010. The major incident would come a few years later in 2012. Both women use backup dancers as part of their elaborate stage shows when they're on tour. At the time, Taylor Swift was promoting her Red Tour, while Katy Perry was on the road with her Prismatic Tour. No one knows exactly what happened except those involved, but the breakdown in friendship occurred when Swift's backup dancers joined Katy Perry's tour before Taylor was finished. Taylor Swift would go on to make a song called Bad Blood and would go on to hint in an article with Rolling Stone magazine that the lyrics were about a certain pop star who tried to sabotage her tour. Katy Perry would answer back with a tweet on Twitter saying, "Watch out for the Regina George in sheep's clothing," the name referencing Rachel McAdams' character from the movie Mean Girls. In 2015, Taylor Swift gave an interview saying that she would never talk about Katy Perry in an interview again. She didn't use her name specifically, but it was clear who she was talking about due to recent events. Things didn't get any better when singer Nicki Minaj chimed in, who took what could have been a veiled shot at Taylor on her body image, saying that if your videos celebrate women with very slim bodies, you'll be nominated for Video of the Year. There were a few minor digs here and there, and an ex of Taylor's named Calvin Harris claimed that Swift was trying to bury him as she was attempting to do the same to Katy. And then, on a TV episode of Carpool Karaoke with James Corden, Katy would confirm their issues and say that Taylor Swift started the whole thing. Perry would also reach out first with a real olive branch, and peace was made in 2019. Taylor Swift and Katy Perry would be in the same music video of Taylor's You Need to Calm Down. And in 2020, Katy and her man Orlando Bloom would receive a baby present for their daughter, Daisy Dove. The friendship between Taylor Swift and Katy Perry is back on solid ground again for the first time being, and fans of both singers have rejoiced the hatchet was buried. For those of you who love the drama, never fear. A new major celebrity rivalry is probably just around the corner.